Hey, what's up, Unbroken Nation? What was that like for you? Because I'm really curious, and the impact that it has now had on your adult life. What
Mhm.
was it like for you to sit there and make that testimony at 14 years old and do something so incredibly difficult and uncomfortable that I would say, and I don't want to put words in your mouth, but probably changed the trajectory of your entire life?
Yeah, I mean, it didn't just change it because of the ability to have some strength to do it. I mean, you got to realize at the time I'm 14, and I just don't want to deal with her crazy anymore. It wasn't like I was making a stand for a better life, and it showed because now what I got to do for the first time that most people don't think is amazing and special, but I got to play football. So when did it happen? It was now I get to go on and I get to go do this thing that I loved doing out at recess, out at practice. It was going to be an amazing, fun thing. And I got out there to do it and I sucked, man. I was horrible. Like I was I was not good at by any stretch of the means. And I was met with the fact that like I couldn't figure out this thing that was supposed to be great. It wasn't. I got let down again. And I shut down. To be totally honest, like I shut down. And it was like my freshman year, after 2 years of being pretty horrible at the sport, that things turned around. And here's the crazy thing, like sports, I needed. I needed to have that. Because on one end, I'm the black kid who's never been around black kids in high school now. And I mean, I talk like this, which isn't like most of the guys and girls talk when I was, 15 years old in high school in the San Francisco Bay Area. Like it ain't, hey, you doing? What do you mean how you doing? What you mean how you doing? Cuz well, we don't talk like that out here. Oreo, I got called an Oreo every day. And then I didn't fit with the rest of the people because I didn't look like them. So I was like, man, sports is where it's got to be, but I was horrible. And I made this choice to check out, dude. I was like, I'm checked out. Quite literally, like I was done with football. I was didn't doing school anymore. And in my family, my mom never graduated from high school. I think my dad did, but he was 12 years older than me. I was adopted. So they were super young. And on top of that, like my siblings, no one took care of our school. No one was checking our grades. Nobody
Mhm.
cared. My mom didn't care. I'm the only one of all my 6 siblings in that foster family to have graduated from the actual high school, not continuation or GED. Let alone go to college like I did. So like I'm not supposed to do well. And I was checking out, and this girl says some statement that was a really unique gift that I wish people could all get. And I got this gift. And what she said was to somebody else, not even talking to me, goes, well, the reason I'm so bad is because I'm in foster care. It was a really weird statement because what it meant was she was making this pretty much a statement that was going to lock her into place and say, this is who I am because of this thing that she had no control over. And I was like, damn, I don't want that to be me, man. Like, I don't, and I remember 15 years old, dude, it settled into my soul. And I remember that whole day was a weird, like, and I went home. I remember at one point I was at home and I was like, I'm done. I'm not, it's not going to be me. And I stood up in front of a mirror in my bedroom. I used to brush my hair. I used to have waves back then. I stood up in front of the mirror and I said, you're going to be great. And it wasn't this like, hey, you're going to be great, bro. Like, it was dead in my pupils, like 6 inches from my face. You're going to be great, Aunt. And it was this different kind of connection that I like. You get that nod of your head to yourself, like, I'm crazy right now. I'm hella crazy, but it's going to happen. And so
Mhm.
it switched, dude. And next thing I know, man, I did everything a great football player does, even though I got made fun of because I sucked. Trucks, man, why you catching the football? You're weak, bro. Why you have to lifting weights? You're weak, bro. Like, you ain't fast. All that all day long. I kept working. And hey, man, you ain't gonna be nothing. You ain't got no spot next year. I kept working. Dude, the next year I showed up, I was catching 500 footballs a day. So I never up to football. I was out there lifting every weight I could to be stronger. I would run routes. I would be out at the parks by myself, dude, by myself with a family that doesn't look like they're not athletes. They're heavy set. I'm the only athlete in the family. There's no one driving me but me. And here's the unique thing. It's great about that. I believe that what you do in the dark allows you to shine the light. And so I came back the next year, like, bro, I was an animal, bro. It was a different kind of drive. It was like when the ball's in the air, that is my football. You don't have the right to take it from me. When you're running at me, you are mine. You're going to the ground. You don't get the opportunity. You don't have the right to run past me. Like it was a different sense. Like you don't get to tackle me. I'm putting your face into the ground. How dare you? Do you know what I did the last year? The way that I showed up wasn't just a skillful athlete. I was deeply determined to make sure I stayed in alignment with who I had created myself to be.